Barca get a stupid fine. Things aren't so nice in Nice. There's Derby County's Nightmare, a news roundup, and today's Friday Feels, all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Frodo. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First up, Barcelona have one of the most ridiculous fines, surely, in football history. Around €300 is the amount that they've been ordered to pay for apparently illegally tapping up Antoine Griezmann. Now, this all goes back to Griezmann's transfer between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona in the summer. Apparently, they were only allowed to discuss a move with him once the terms had been agreed for his release clause. That was from July the 1st. According to Atletico Madrid, a discussion had already taken place and an agreement was already in place way before that date, meaning Barcelona had spoken to Griezmann illegally. So after all this time, after all the discussions, the talks between Atletico, Barca and the Spanish FA, around €300 is the amount that they'll have to pay. What's even more ridiculous is that the Spanish FA have come out and said that they know, given the size of the club, and given the size of the amount they're going to have to pay, which is absolute peanuts for any player ever registered to Barcelona ever, they still think it's a better idea for this sort of crime than the other option, which would be to have a one-game ban for any fans attending the Nou Camp. This obviously means that Barcelona wouldn't be playing in front of any fans, but it would really affect them more rather than the club. So the fact that they've chosen a fine is the right choice, but €300 definitely is not. So next up to a rather interesting story coming out of France, and specifically Nice, where Lamine Diaby-Fadiga, the 18-year-old prospect at Nice, has admitted to stealing a teammate's watch, and not just any teammate, but the brand new club signing Casper Dolberg. The 21-year-old was apparently sporting a £70,000 watch. That is so much more than Barcelona got fined. Anyway, a £70,000 watch at training, which the 18-year-old youth prospect decided to steal. He has confessed to this, and there are ongoing criminal investigations from both the club and the police. Honestly, I think this is a really stupid decision. I mean, that goes without saying for anybody when you're going to steal something. But you're part of a football club. You have a fantastic career ahead of you. The guy was at French under-21 level as well. And you can go on to make the sort of money that will make a 70 grand watch absolutely nothing. To go and throw all of it away by doing something so stupid really is not a very wise decision. Apparently Dolberg, it happened on Monday, he refused to train because of a stomach problem on Tuesday, then reported it to the police and said he wouldn't be playing until his watch was found. As of yet, it hasn't actually been found because there were unconfirmed reports that the youngster went ahead and sold the watch after he stole it. Of course, we'll be waiting to see whether or not Dolberg will be lining up for Nice this weekend, but all in all, just a ridiculous story and a ridiculous thing to do. And continuing with that theme of ridiculous stories, we move on to Derby County in the Championship. Frank Lampard left them, and since then, things haven't been going exactly so well. Philip Cocu is the new manager, but now he's got another disciplinary issue to deal with because Richard Keogh, their captain, is out for the season with an injury sustained after a car crash when he was being driven by two drunk teammates. Basically, Derby County went out on a night out. As you do, there was a team night out, a bit of team bonding, a few drinks here and there. Keogh and two others, reportedly Mason Bennett and one other player, decided to not go home when the rest of the team did, decided to ignore the cars that were put on by the club, stay out drinking and then drive home drunk. This, of course, inside, outside of football, wherever, is a stupid decision to do. So to endanger themselves and the rest of the playing squad and now have their captain out for the season, well, that's just downright ridiculous. If they're going to be ending up fired from the club, well, it's their just desserts. Honestly, they'll probably end up staying, but with a massive fine and be told to attend some sort of course. But this really should put them and anyone else off from ever drink driving in the future. But away from that, let's move on to some more footballing stories about on the pitch, where according to several sources, Real Madrid are waiting until January to offer Christian Eriksen a pre-contract agreement and to get him on a free next summer. Huddersfield are interested in free agent Danny Simpson after his release from Leicester. He, of course, does have a Premier League winners medal. Manchester United are interested in bringing Moussa Dembele, the 23-year-old French striker from Lyon, and apparently the Egyptian coach and the Egyptian captain both voted for Mo Salah in the Player of the Year award, but because they did so in capital letters, it was deemed not verifiable by FIFA, so the votes did not count. This, again, in theme with today's daily, is utterly ridiculous. what on earth is going on at FIFA? But next up, before we get to today's Friday Feels, you would have seen in our community tab yesterday that we asked for a caption for the picture of me and Paddy in yesterday's Q&A. And the winner is Mustafa El Habti. His caption was that when someone asks you who is better at pronouncing the names in the Q&A, of course it's me. Paddy has an absolute nightmare. But for those of you who wait to see the Q&A, it'll be out later today, which is Friday. But with all that said and done, and because it's Friday, let's get into the Friday Feels. So you know what this is by now. It's where you guys leave your predictions for the weekend's football down below in the comment section, and we read out some of the best on Monday. For this weekend, I've got two games that I'm going to try and predict. And first off is Chelsea against Brighton, where I think Chelsea are going to win by 3 goals or more with Tammy Abraham on the score sheet. And secondly, the big one in La Liga, it's the Madrid derby. Atletico Madrid haven't had the greatest of performances recently, and Real Madrid in the last two have got 2 fantastic victories. So with all said and done, I'm going to go for a fantastically entertaining 2-2 draw. So let me know your Friday Feels down in the comment section and your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news. Of course, watch today, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later.